Welcome to Point of Two, where we share our point of view.
My name is Wonsowski, and I'm Caucasian.
My name is Anagha, Arla, and I'm Indian. On this episode, we're going to be talking about our daily routine.
Let's get into it.
So, what do you normally do, in the morning before you get to school?
So, I'm a really heavy sleeper. I wouldn't say heavy sleeper. I don't think that's the right word. I just don't like getting up. So, I have to set, 7 alarms in preparation to actually get up. So, I have all of them set, and I usually wake up around 7:30 or 7:40. And then I typically shower the night before, but lately I've been into showering in the morning, which is a little weird. But usually I shower the night before, but sometimes I shower in the morning. But anyways, and then I brush my teeth and then wash my face. So the first thing I have to do is brush my teeth and wash my face. And then I turn on my gecko's lamps. I get dressed, and then I basically have to go. So, yeah, I don't eat or anything. If I eat, it's a Pop-Tart on the way here.
Oh, no. But me too. I feel that. Similarly, I get up earlier, though, because I have 0 hour on Fridays because of internship, but my sister has 0 hour all of the other days because she's an 8th grader and she has to take foreign language. So then I'm up by 6. I try to get up earlier to do homework. It used to work. It's not really working anymore because I really like my sleep. And so I get up around 6, then I take a shower, finish everything around 6:30, and then I get dressed, go downstairs, get my stuff. In the beginning, in the first couple of weeks of school, I made sure to eat breakfast because I had to take my antidepressants in the morning, and I have to take them with the meal. Now I just grab a Pop-Tart because that is my meal. Or I'll, get one of those, Milano cookie little packet things. Or I'll get donuts. I'll just make sure to eat something solid, though, before, school starts, because if not, I get pretty nauseous with the medication. But yeah, and then I'm at school, and, school is school. So then, what about, after school? What do you do after school on the weekend? Or, not the weekend, the week.
During the school week is hectic, man. Alright, so, to start this off, let's see. Let's go on a day-to-day basis. So, I have my whole day of school on Monday, and then I have to go to dance from 4:30 to 9. And then I go home, and I find some time to eat, whether it's before or after. I find some time to eat, but I don't see my parents or eat dinner with them ever. I see my mom, a little bit before I leave for dance, for 5 minutes, and then I have to go. And then I get home after rehearsal. I shower, do any homework if I have any, and then I wind down and go to bed eventually. Talk to my friends for a little bit. But yeah, that's Monday. It's also Wednesday, because Wednesday I dance from 5 to 9 after school, so I have a little bit more time to relax at home and see my family, but I still don't eat with them. Mm-hmm. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays I have work from 4:30 to 10 after school, so I don't see my family at all that day, basically. If I do, it's for 5 more minutes before I leave if they're home. So yeah, I basically don't eat home. I eat at home. I don't see my family. I just am working or dancing and sleepy. I'm always sleepy because it's hard when you don't go to bed at enough time, and then you have to keep going throughout. Not only a 7-hour school day, but then, maybe a 6-hour work day after that, or a 4-hour day of just dancing. It's kind of hard sometimes, but, it's kind of what it is. But
yeah, no, I get that.
What about you?
So Mondays for me, I typically intern on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'll have school first through 6th hour, and then I will leave after 6th hour, go home for 20 minutes, tops 30 minutes, and then I leave to intern from 3 to 5 at the mayor's office. And then after I come home around 5, I, normally would be doing homework. And I try not to go out on the weekdays just because I like having a large amount of time to be able to do homework and, like, go over things if I didn't understand it, or, like, do college apps, especially this year, or, like, or study for the ACT last year, or just, like, something for my future, I guess, if that even makes any sense. And then Tuesdays are typically, every 6 weeks we have an FBLA meeting from 6 to 8. And I also, since I'm interning Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I decided I want to tutor for the Forge on Tuesdays because it just fits my schedule well. So typically I'll be here until 5 tutoring for the Forge, and then 5:30 is when all the board members coming for FBLA and just set up for the meeting. So I'll just be waiting in the cafeteria 5 to 5:30, and so I'll be here until like 8:30, 9ish, depending on what we need to do and what we need to clean up and stuff for the meeting. So those are normally Tuesdays. Wednesdays are pretty similar to Mondays. Same with Fridays, but I mean, Fridays I might actually go hang out with my friends because it's a Friday and I have the weekend to kind of like chill and do stuff, or I might go to a game or something like that. And then Thursdays are, I want to say there was something special or something that I did guest. So Thursdays I'll go home after 6th hour and I won't have to intern, but I'll be back at 3:30 because we normally have a senior board meeting. And so I'll go to the board meeting and then I'll go back home and do my homework. And then Fridays, like I said, are similar to Monday, but that's like a typical week in Anagha land. And like, throw in like some random like party we have to go to, or like some random concert we have to go to, or something like that. But I try to stay home because I like being a homebody.
Do you eat dinner at home? Like every night, basically?
Yeah, basically every night. Some nights, like yesterday with the whole FBLA meeting, and I had to practice my speech with my friend afterwards, so we didn't necessarily eat dinner together then, but we eat dinner together, most nights. And I don't even know if it's together because like we're eating at the same time, but my sister's eating by the computer table, so she's watching her Netflix. My parents are eating at the sofa and they're watching TV on like the flat screen, and I'm by the dining table eating at the dining table watching on my little phone. So it's like together, but not so much where it's like conversational together. And like, sometimes my dad will be like, so how are college apps going? And I'm like, don't talk to me about it. It's too stressful to talk about. But
that's weird because like you enjoy being home after school, and like I would die to be able to take a nap after school.
No, I get that.
Or whatever, because I can't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I have free time, I'm with my friends or my boyfriend. Like, there's no time to see my friends. So if I have a day off, which I don't, but if I do, that's what I would spend my time doing. I also forgot to mention that every 3 days, I have to buy crickets for my geckos. Oh. So I try and do it before like dance days, because if I'm a couple minutes late to dance, like it's okay. Which I usually am not, but if I am, it's okay compared like to work. You can get like marked for that. So I have to do that and then run home and then get dressed. Like it's never a sit down time, so it's really tiring. And yeah, but. Yeah,
I get that. Like, I enjoy being home, but sometimes, especially with some of the differences between, like, the way I think versus the way my parents think, just, like, because we have different opinions and different, like, decisions that we'd make in certain situations. So in those kind of times where, like, things are, like, weird at home, I definitely don't want to be at home, but I'm at home so much that I don't necessarily know how to get out of my house. And like with that, there's like, some restrictions on like, oh, you can't stay out past 10, kind of like some very Indian family restrictions too, if I'm honest, like don't hang out with boys, but I'm like, I have friends that are guys. So it's like, I love staying home, but at the same time, I also like would like to learn how to also be able to go outside when I need to, or like when I just try to enjoy going outside as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm literally always like, it sucks. It really does.
And like it takes a lot out of you. Like you're only human. You can only do so much. And like,
I'm also 17. Like
like making memories is like really important too. And like
right. And this is my last semester of high school, so it's like I can't do anything. Let's get into weekends like Fridays after school. I know you already mentioned Fridays, but I didn't. I have rehearsal from 4:30 to 9, so I'm also not home for dinner. My parents sometimes see me on the weekends, depending on if they work or whatever. And when I work, I'll usually do an open the weekend, so I'll work at 6 a.m. until 2. So then I can see them for dinner. But at the same time, I want to be with my friends on the weekend because I don't get to see them. Mm-hmm. And like it's hard to find a balance between work, friends, family, dancing, school. Like it's really hard. It's really hard.
No, I totally get that. So then you said you have rehearsal on Fridays, so do you guys perform on the weekends then, or how does like that work?
Oh no, rehearsals, we have, like right now we're rehearsing for Nutcracker, so that's not until December.
Oh, okay, so you have like specific shows that you dance in, and so you're just practicing for the next show kind of thing.
Yeah. It takes a long time to rehearse and get everyone to be able to go. So.
Yeah. I mean, but the shows you guys put on are probably super great. So, like, I mean, I've been, but it's like...
It's classical ballet, man.
I've always, when I was a younger kid, I was like, oh, I want to be a ballerina, you know? I mean, I never got to be, but, like, I just thought it was super cool when I was younger. I mean, and it takes a strength that I definitely don't have, so...
What do you do on weekends?
So again, since Fridays, I kind of like, let myself go like nights out kind of thing. I try to stay home and finish all my homework. Sometimes
on Friday?
Or on Saturday and Sunday. Majorly Sunday.
You have a lot of homework?
Yeah.
Because I don't. I have, like, lots of essays to write, but, like, that's kind of, like, do it your own time.
I have so many college essays to write because I'm applying to, like, 10 or 12 schools, which is a lot.
Isn't that what you're not supposed to do?
I guess, but it's just that there are certain programs, I mean, like, I know if I get into one school and they let me major in psychology and get a Bachelor of Science in psychology and let me get a minor in neuroscience, that's going to be, like, my number one pick, just because that's what I want to do. But if I have to major in neuroscience and do a minor in psychology, like, fine. But also if you have a good program for it, then, like if it'll give me a good chance to be a doctor, then I'm in. So it's kind of like I have a bunch of essays for college stuff, and then, like, with AP Stats, math has always come very easy to me until about 8th grade. And that's where I was like, I need help. And so stats has been easier than calculus, which I took last year, but it also, I'm a very slow learner, so I have to sit down, make my notes, like highlight stuff I don't understand, go in, ask questions, and it's same with AP Chemistry, although I think AP Chemistry is a little harder for me, which is weird because honors chemistry was super easy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, like, I don't know. So I think most of my, like, I just have a bunch of homework because I take so many APs and stuff like that. Like, last year, I was taking 4 APs each semester, and it was really hard to balance my time with all of the stuff I did too extracurricularly, and, like, going to school a full day. So I think that's why I prefer so much quiet time, is so that I can, like, actually understand what I'm doing, because I hate to be the person, or even see the people where it's like they didn't study at all but they got 100%, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like, how can you do that? Like, I study for so much and I still get like a C, and it's not, I'm like, what am I doing wrong, you know? And so I think that's why I spend so much time on homework, and so my weekends consist of it. And then, normally there's like some sort of party we have to go to, like a baby shower or like a kiddo's birthday party or this week we have to go to this cultural thing where they line up all the Indian like god and goddesses statues, and it's like you kind of, I guess for the lack of a better word, appreciate them, and you sing them songs, and it's kind of like a festival kind of thing. And then also a part of the Little Free Pantry, and this Sunday we're opening the Little Free Library, and it's on Morris, and so it's going to be like right next to the pantry, just a little couple like boxes for books to be in there, like educational books that kids can get, or like just anyone from the community can get, so that they can learn like life skills that could be valuable in the future.
Yeah.
And so it's the inauguration of that, so I'm gonna see if my department I work in at the mayor's office might be able to come to that. So it's like I have so much going on this weekend, but normally it's some sort of party, homework time, and possibly hanging out with my friends. So that's basically what my weekend consists of.
My weekends just work. Maybe. Well, the thing is, depending on the time of month or the events, like if I have a dance event, I have to like request days off from work.
Yeah.
That way I don't work. So like, if I have something happening on Saturday, I like will request work off so that I can't work that Saturday, because it's really hard for me to dance for even like 3 hours and then have an 8-hour shift to work. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Even 4 hours, like it's just very hard for me to like focus in that manner and like still have motivation to like do well at both things. So like I just have to take the day off if I'm not gonna be, you know.
No, I totally get that.
So I'm either at work, dance. Usually we don't have dance on the weekends. Like we have it on Friday. Usually we don't have it Saturday and Sunday, but sometimes we do. And then like depending on when I get off, I'm either having one dinner with my family, like finally, or I'm out with my friends, or I'm, you know, just hanging around and like relaxing, because sometimes like those relaxed days are really important. But at the same time, I feel like, why am I spending so much time on myself when I spend every hour of every day with myself, you know? I don't know, it's just hard because like I have like maybe a day, like 24 hours to like be with whoever I want, and that's like not a lot of time. I don't get, you know, like I literally see my mom an hour, if that, during the entire week, and that's like really hard because I still live with her. Like how do I not see her?
Yeah.
And that's really difficult because I'm a child, like I'm 17.
Like, and you need that support, and you need the love, and you need to see your parents, you know, and it's like, no, I just...
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a constant go, go, go.
Yeah, and do you ever get tired of it where you're in like a little slump and you're like, you know what, I want to quit work, I want to quit school, I just want to stay home.
All the time. But, well, this weekend was hectic because it was homecoming. Yeah. And like, you just get, even though like I wasn't out later than I normally would be or anything, like I went to bed at like 12:30, like, which is very normal for me. But like just because like you were doing so much in preparation, like your anxiety was high, like you're tired from dancing, all, you know. I was like extremely exhausted on Monday, and I was supposed to go to rehearsal, but like sometimes being so tired all the time and then having other stuff added on top of that, like you genuinely feel sick, like physically sick. So I like couldn't go to dance Monday. I couldn't that. Like I couldn't leave my bed. Like I physically couldn't like go. So yeah, like sometimes it takes a toll on me, but at the same time I can't do anything about it because I love dancing, so I'll never stop that, and I have to work for money, and like that's just kind of how it is. And yeah, but it's hard because I'm gonna go off to college soon, and I'm gonna be like, well, I never spent time with my mom anyways, like, you know. Like,
so then for college, are you gonna work through college then? Like, is that an option?
I don't know, because like that's the difference between like you and me is like you have these days to plan out what you're doing for your future, where like everything I do has been pretty spontaneous because I don't have time to sit down and be like, where am I gonna go? Like it's just like I don't know where I'm gonna go. Like everything happens at once, and it really freaks me out. But I don't know. I mean, my brother's in college and he works, and it just depends on the programs I'm in, I guess, because like I want to dance in college, and I don't know exactly what the schedule difference is, because not only are you taking your like required classes, you're also going to be in the studio like several hours each day. So
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking college might be easier just simply because you're not going to have 8 classes. Like, the classes might be longer, but it's going to be like, what, 4 classes, 3 classes a semester?
Yeah.
I mean, like, on top of that, you know, dancing, because I want to be on a dance team too in college, so like dancing might take up like a couple more hours. I want to say towards the end of the day, because I'm saying classes and then.
Well, yeah. But also, you want to do dance team? Like, I want to do dance. Yeah. I want to do a dance major.
Oh.
Which is like basically what I already do, like concentrated class.
Oh.
Opposed from like football. Like we wouldn't do basketball games. Like what we do is like theater based.
Oh.
And then I also want to major in communications. So.
That sounds cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not many people would think of dancing as a career, and which I think that's...
Well, I don't think many people do that for a career. Like, lots of people are like, I want to join the dance team when I'm in junior high, and then, like, I'll go to, you know, school for dancing for the first couple years of my life, and then I'll go to the dance team, and if I make the dance team, then I'll move to the high school dance team, and then I'll go to college dance team, and then, like, that'll be my career. Where, like... I've been doing ballets, which is like a very classical art since I was like 3, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to perform for an audience of like applauding crazy rowdy crowds. I want to perform for like a sophisticated audience and a big, you know, theater. Mm-hmm. Like how I've been doing, which is a very like non-traditional career. Like no one does that anymore because everyone cares about like fame and like the money. We're like, yeah. I'm like, yo, if anyone knows my name outside of the people watching me in the theater, I'm freaking out. I do not want to be famous ever. So I don't know, just
I mean, as long as it makes you happy, then I think it can.
But I don't know if I'm going to be able to work. I hope so. I think I'm going to have to. I mean, geez, student loans are going to be...
right.
Right? Like, I can't... Like, oh, no, it's going to be bad. And if my parents force me to work now, oh, God, they're going to totally be like...
What's the difference between your brother? Like, the age gap?
3 years.
Okay, so I believe the FAFSA does give you some money because you guys are, like, 3 years, just 3 years apart. Because my sister and I are 4 years apart, so my parents were like, we don't get any money. And I was like, maybe you should have had her earlier, dude. Or like, and I was like, I told my sister, I was like, you should graduate early. And I was like, I'm kidding. Like, you can't miss your senior prom and stuff because I'm not going to let you because you don't get to do that for me. You should be able to experience all of that. But no, I get that. I think my parents, I think they never had to work when they were in college. Or I guess they didn't have to work the way we would if we were to have a job and go to college now.
Right, well, you're triple majoring. I don't think you're going to be able to work in college.
Like, my mom, she taught as an assistant teacher in a college, but I don't know if it would consider as a job. I almost want to say it's more of like a student-teacher volunteering kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But from what I know, I don't think my dad has ever worked during college. But then again, it's so different the way they were brought up than I was, and like just like the community then, community now, like it's changed. So like, yeah, it's just interesting because we try to relate our experiences, and you know sometimes they'll be like, oh, I know better because I've had more experience, but I'm like, but you haven't had this specific experience, right. You know? And so...
Right. Like, what's a party? You're like, I go to parties on weekends. What's that? Like, no, I seriously, like, even back when I was younger and didn't have, like, any responsibilities for myself or anything, like, I think I calculated, like, and thought about it. And I think I've only been to, like, 2 parties during my entire high school experience.
See, party-wise... I've never been to a high school party. Or I guess, yeah, I never really have. Like, I mean, I walked into one, but it wasn't a party because it wasn't started, I guess. And then I smelled weed and I was like, I don't like this smell. So I walked out. But, the parties that I was talking about are basically like, you know, little kids' birthday parties from family friends parties, and it's like, you know, the general cake cutting and giving everybody food to eat, and then like, you know,
every weekend.
It's really exhausting. Not even every weekend, and like, dude. it's like a potluck, like a very big potluck.
I would die.
It's so exhausting. There was this one time. It was a 3-day weekend. We had a party each of the 3 days, and I was like, I cannot do it. I have to sleep. Like, I cannot focus because I was so exhausted because they bring babies, and I'm like, I love babies. I can't leave now. Like, I can't leave the party.
I hate babies.
And so I'm just there for hours and hours on end, and so then I get exhausted. But, like, yeah, it's literally just me taking care of the kids during parties because I like the kids. So I'm like, screw you adults. I'm gonna go play with the babies. You guys can eat your food. Like, take as long as you want, as long as I get to keep playing with the babies. But that's basically what parties are. There's potlucks and, like, children's birthdays, and, like, my mom has a group of friends that work with her, and they all, like, go to each other's houses when it's, like, their birthdays, like, surprise them. But since it's happened so much, everybody knows it's coming, and I'm like, guys, you're not surprising anyone. Like, I'm just getting free cake out of it, but, like, okay, I guess. But, yeah, it's so exhausting sometimes. I'm just like, just leave me alone. I don't want to go to a party.
All right, so basically, both of our lives are busy in each different way. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing your internship, your FBLA, community. You do lots of stuff for the community, which is so awesome. And I've always wished I could do that because I don't do extracurriculars at school. So, like, getting into colleges, like, they have to see what I've done with dancing, and they have to, like, provide. Well, I do lots of stuff for the community with my dancing. Like, we do lots of stuff for free and lots of this stuff.
Do you have, like, a dance profile you'd have to turn in then?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
and
that's what I was
audition
thinking.
and stuff.
Okay.
But, like, you know, you do so much for the community, which is so awesome because I've always wanted to. I just don't have time. But yeah, like, you get to see your family. You get to still, like, live a normal teenage life. On top of doing stuff that'll, like, help your future. Where, like, I think my life is just a little chaotic. I like, to say the least. I don't think I get a lot of, like, normal downtime to, like, oh, like, want to hang out tonight? Like,
Yeah,
I can't. I have work.
Yeah.
Can't. I have rehearsal. You know. And
Is it hard to keep up with relationship when that happens? Or, like, do people understand? So it's
like my friends. My friends understand because they have similar experiences. Either they're in the same boat as me where they work, or they just understand that, like, that's just how my life is, and that they're like, my friend from dance, she dances. She's 16, and she doesn't work, and she doesn't have to work because her family can, like, you know, they don't care. Like, my parents can afford, like, to, like, not have me work, but they just want me to, like, learn the skills and stuff. And like, they refuse to pay for my gas,
Which
like, refuse to pay for anything. So
I fight with my parents about that because initially they didn't want me to work, and I was like, but when am I gonna learn the skills? Like, I can't go to college and be completely useless. Like, I know how to do all the household stuff, but, like, what about taxes and, like, depositing a paycheck and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And so then I got a brief job, and then after that I got laid off. So
yeah,
we're trying to find a job. We can't really do it.
even on the weekends, like, God, I would do anything to have, like, weekends off, but at the same time, that's so much money you could be making.
I really like the passion you have for dancing, though. Like, you can see, like, I mean, you've done it for so long and you still love it the same. It just makes it so much better. Like, it's, like, actually true passion. It's not like, oh, this looks cool. It looks like it'll give me status. It looks like it'll give me money, so I'm gonna go toward it. Like, many people do that.
That's what dance team is, though. Like, you can make lots of money by, like, being a cheerleader and being cute. But, like, when you're on a stage, like, oh, God, the arts are dying. Like,
see, I just, you know, it's like, it takes real courage to do that. And that makes me really happy. I'm, like, really proud of you for taking that risk.
But, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We kind of got a little off. Went more into, like, our own schooling lives. But I think that has to do a lot with our daily routines and how we work. So I hope you guys really enjoy this episode on Point of Two, where we share a point of view. And I hope you'll join us for the next one.